Cha. The science of being born again. Cha. The science of being born again. Well, I want to just jump in here and talk about the science of being born again. Shout out to Joe Blacksmith. Amanda Lavina says, peace to all of God. The science of being born again, family. Hold up, let me drop this in here. The science of being born again. Yo, Joe. The science of being born again. I want to go into this. I'm going to go into this, family. I'm going to give y'all a little appetizer. And I want to see who's really appreciative of the flavors I bring to this table today. The science of being born again. Family, I don't know about y'all right now, but I know about me. And I was raised in a traditional Christian family. And to be born again means, this is what the Bible say. To be born again means raise your right hand. Repeat this prayer after me. Hello, somebody out there. That's what being born again has meant. But where I'm at right now in this walk, where I'm at right now in this journey, the science of being born again, I say it's a science because I feel like I'm observing this in my own life. And Brother Joe, we're going to have to get up, bro, so I can let you know where I am. But look, y'all. Right now, check the season. It's December, moving into Christ Mass, consciousness in accumulation. What is being born again? Family, all the knowledge comes together. All the knowledge comes together. All the knowledge from the scriptures, from the occult sciences, from the esoterics, from the astrology, from the neuroscience, from the epigenetics. I'm just watching how everything is blending. And it's blending in my story right now. So I get to open up the book of life and talk about what the gospel of God is saying. And that's kind of what it feels like. And this scripture that just popped up is say, be transformed by the renewal of your mind. And I'm learning from my own life experience that statement is not a statement that is made in observation. That's a statement that is made from self-experience. And I'm able to understand that because as I observe it, I'm observing my own mind and where my mind has moved in the different stages. So to make this really clear, we want to start understanding our past thinking, our past feeling, and our past being. Now, in the midst of all of those three, we have our past actions, our doings. See, when you believe something, you have a conscious awareness of that thing, and your actions speak on behalf of your beliefs. This is why they say action speaks louder than words, because words is cheap. You could say, I believe, whatever it is. But if your actions don't also say that as well, then there's what I would call a gap in the holistic nature of your belief. We have three minds, and this is one of the illustrations that I bring over here on Light Power. The three minds correspond with the observation of ourselves from three perspectives. The first perspective is from thought. What's up, damn chief? And the second perspective is from emotion. The third perspective is from action. All right. So if you have a thought from your higher self, the divine source God reveals to you the next actions to take, but you don't really believe that you can make those moves, you're not going to do those moves. But when you do believe, you watch yourself in action because you see yourself believing. So this is where it comes in, family, because I started noticing it's not just a statement to be born again or to be renewed in mind. It's really an experience. And the pieces of the experience that I could share right now in this video reflect how you distinguish yourself from the old self, how you used to think, how you used to feel and how you used to behave. And what is really showing up a lot for me is the feeling, because some of our feelings are silently expressing. And that's like the best words I could put on it. These are called unconscious beliefs. But the form of the function of unconscious belief is still a feeling in motion. And how you know it's a feeling in motion is because even if your old feeling of resentment is what you're experiencing it right now. So to really be born again, it's a science of understanding how your thoughts lead into your emotions and how those two together dictate how you create. And I'm experiencing that right now, and it's so delicious. It's so delicious. I swear. It's the most delicious shit of all of this shit, because at this point, there's not much that's really delicious about this journey but the experience. I've read a lot of books, been a lot of seminars, been a lot of chats, a lot of tribe. But the experience, I literally feel like I'm watching myself undress my emotions. And I'll give y'all a personal explanation so that it could be more of a tool, of this video could be more of a tool. Around now, 5 p.m., almost 5 p.m., right? Around now, typically, I get back from my jobs. Either I'm fixing computers, phones, whatever the have you is. In like 2-3 months ago, I would get to a space where it's just like, I'm just chilling. I'm just relaxing. But unbeknownst to me, I was relaxing into emotions that were less than good. When I say less than good, I really mean to say emotions that are not positively distinct. Because whatever you feel on a regular basis is your offering to God, your higher self. And we get back what we continually are offering. And we are only getting back what we're offering. So if we're feeling less than good, we're not going to get that much great. It can't come. It can't come. When they say prepare for your blessings or prepare for your manifestation, I can illustrate that beautifully. Let's say we need a new car. We need a car that can hold all 6 of these people. Well, you might desire this car, but if you don't have no positive emotions for the car, then it's like you don't have the parking spot for the car. You dig what I'm saying? It's almost like you have to lead yourself into the fantasy of what it would be like if your vision came true. This is how I understand the being born again is, what is your genuine focus on a regular basis? Is it the stories or is it the future focus? Because you cannot entertain the two at the same time. And that's the science of being born again, because a lot of people are literally focused for their past because it's showing up in their future at the moment. If their vision shows up in the moment, they're moving towards their future. But if they're moving towards their future, the emotions is going to reflect that as well. Because you cannot have the positive outcome in mind and have less than positive income. The income is the emotion though. See? So people who are living by the nature of the present moment are sometimes entertaining more of the past. Because if the moment right now is less than good, then it might not be associated with no future. It might not be associated with no vision. It's such a beautiful place to be at, because I'm literally watching myself undress emotions. I'm like, okay, hold on. Oh shit. Y'all just seen that we got 10 phones this week, right? And then I'm like thinking like, whoa, what was I experiencing in myself? What was I thinking about? How was I meditating? What was I feeling? What was my emotion before I got these 10 phones? It was the knowledge that I'm about to get these phones that brought them in. See, we have to start working more with our vision to actually be actively co-creating with the source. We have to be engaged in our focus. And which focus is it that you got right now? That's the question. And for those who might say, it was great that my mother, my uncle, my auntie told me about being born again when I was in church. It was great. It was good to know. But I would say that might be an okay way to begin. but it's not a great way to finish, because if an individual on the path to his goal and destiny doesn't notice that it is him who is in his own way, then it may never be another time where he gets out of his own way, because he does not know. So they say, well, forget what they say. There's a saying that goes, what you don't know won't kill you. But if I ate this apple with poison in it, I guess I'll be dead because I didn't know. So what you don't know might harm you until you get to know. Until you get to know is a time in which you have the chance to change. But before you know, you have no chance of possibility of changing anything. So family, I want to encourage everybody to sit with themselves in this time and see, like, what are you really giving most of your focus to? Is it the stories? Because we got lots of those. Or is it the vision? Because if you don't have a vision, and it doesn't really need to be similar or compatible with anybody else's vision or anything like that. It just has to be a preference that is greater than now. That is the foundation of a vision. It's a preference that is greater than now. And when you have that, whatever's going on doesn't make a difference. It really doesn't. Because we have something to focus for. And the focus that we place our attention on decides the emotions that we produce, and that speeds or slows down our manifestations. So that's what I wanted to drop on the plate today, hoping to serve God in a new way. You dig what I'm saying? So with that being said, drop a comment on this video if you feel like you're being born again or recognizing your process of becoming more of yourself. It's just about which self you're becoming more of. See, people say being born again, and then the thoughts maybe goes, I guess I'm supposed to be, climbing into my mother's womb again or something like this. The form of function is, what do you reference as being alive? So if you're alive and you reference your past, being born again is about referencing a new self. It's about referencing a new vision. And that is carrying you out on a regular basis. And that's strength, because in the midst of the physical things, if you don't have nothing better to focus, then all of these physical things are going to tell you what your focus is worth. I'm saying what it is. And I'm so grateful to share this, because I'm not talking about nothing that I read somewhere, y'all. I'm not talking about something you can Google, man. I'm seeing this from my own soul. And I'm looking at my story and finding the gospel of God. And I'm just like, man, I'm actually understanding that statement that they told me 10, 15 years ago when I was in church and Sunday school, being born again. Oh, that shit. Oh, I get what they were saying. But I understand how come they haven't done what they said. Because it's fucking difficult. It takes an adaptive mind. It takes someone who's inquisitive. It takes an enlightened being to actually find a light within himself called his vision. See, now, when it comes to vision, now we start to what's your vision then? Because the scriptures say, again, thank you, Spirit, where there is no vision, what happens to the people? When there is no vision, what happens to the people? Well, the people perish from lack of knowledge, but they also perish from lack of vision. Because without a vision, they only remember what's in front of themselves. But to remember the future is to have a vision. To remember the past is to accept the present without your involvement. See, when you add you to things, shit changes now. Now I can add, some Google, I can add some research, but no, when I add me, oh no, it's different. When I add me, the whole way of checking got to change, because I'm more than what you see in the sense. I'm more than what you see in the sense. Whew. So to have vision, family, is to have a preference that is greater than now. And I know you got that. You should have it already. And I'm so grateful That everyone who's finding their vision is finding it now. Because this is exactly what we're going to need to get to where we are going. It's the map. It's the map. Joe Blacksmith 7. Always appreciate it. It's an honor to listen to you, my man. My man, we got to get up for real. We got to get up for real. Trust no one. Trust the only one, bro. Trust the only one. Hey, shout out to Plush Cuts. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Your brother got a download today, and it was the science of being born again. I won't call it the science because I'm not going to say being born again. It sounds like what I've heard. And what I've heard in this, it's a little different. It's a little different. You know what I'm saying? I just highly encourage any single soul watching this right now. No. No. And then watch. See, when you know, your emotions let you know that you do. If your emotions are less than good, you got work to do. Because this is how we're going to actually signal to ourselves. See, I'm watching me make a video right now. Because for a while, I've been out of the loop of teaching. So what I'm doing right now is I'm watching myself teach. When it comes to programming the self, it's not all about the affirmations, even though it starts with them. It's a lot about what you show yourself doing, okay? So show yourself trusting your vision. Take that one step. I'm showing myself right now. I'm going to make sure that I'm the one how to show the way to do so everybody can, because everybody can. Show me somebody whose demographic can't. American, African. I'll talk about that another time. But consciousness can, because you are beyond capable. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, so I'm out of here, y'all. I just wanted to jump in. And this video is going to be a little appetizer for the science of being born again. And depending on who vibes with this, I'm going to sit down and actually go take y'all through the full course meal. Okay? Because I think this time I just gave y'all some tater tots. Maybe some maybe some Brussels sprouts. I don't know. But it's just a couple morsels, you know, an offering to the Most High and an offering to the people of God all around the world. Peace to God, peace to all of God. And I'm going to talk to y'all more in this month than I have for the rest of the whole year. Stay uplifted. Stay uplifted. And if you're going to know by your emotions. I'm going to talk to y'all. Stay up. Peace.